welcome to The Rest is Football with Alan Shearer, Micah Richards and me, Gary Lineker, in our latest episode of Premier League Greats, the moments that made them. We're focusing on, well, one of the most iconic footballers of our lifetime, as much off the pitch as possibly on the pitch. Also a friend of the podcast.
Ooh, yeah.
Won the title with two different clubs.
Correct.
Different titles.
Yeah.
Yes. A certain King Eric Cantona, the one and only. We spoke to him, didn't we, during the Euros in Berlin. He was a guest on our podcast, and it was one of the episodes I enjoyed. And he was everything we expected he would be.
Didn't he call me Michael? Michelle or Michael?
Did he? Something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't have a clue who I was.
I don't think he did. Cantona once famously said, "I play with passion and fire. I have to accept that sometimes this fire does harm." He was, let's say, not necessarily a controversial figure, but he was different.
Yeah,
Eric was different, wasn't he?
In a good way.
Yeah,
I think mostly in a good way. I think so. Yeah.
Well, I think looking back at his career, both on and off the pitch, he was different. I mean, if you speak to any of the Man U boys, they will tell you how influential he was and how different he was. And it must be one of the bargains of all time when about 1.2 million, something like that, wasn't it? That when Sir Alex signed him from Leeds,
and that caused issues, didn't it? I mean,
you can't go from Leeds to Manchester,
especially a Leeds team that had won the title. Then you go Leeds to Manchester United, and they were, I'm still are probably huge rivals, but particularly back then.
You can't go from Leeds to Man United.
Rio did that as well, though, didn't he? Rio Ferdinand,
he did that. Judas.
Yeah,
the old collar up, wasn't it? It was like, I mean, if you're going to play with your collar up, then you have to
be good.
You have to be good.
Yeah, and he was good.
He was better than good.
He was seriously good.
Yeah, he was tough as well, wasn't he? He had the.
What was he like to play
the arrogance? Had the.
I played against him even.
Did you?
Yeah, I played in the last season before it turned to the Premier League, didn't I? I was at Tottenham. Yeah. So when they won the league. So.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Where did you finish that year with Spurs?
No, we weren't very good.
No.
We got financial problems and we sold, one or two players. We couldn't get any new players in. We were all right. We won the cup the previous season, and we had a decent enough run in the Cup Winners' Cup without going too for like quarterfinals or something.
What was he like when he was on the pitch, though, Cantona? Did he just have the aura?
Yeah.
He was one of those players that had something about him, even if it was self-induced in a way. It was his own. Yeah, I mean, his own aura.
He could back it up.
He could back it up with his ability. I mean, he
was one of those players, I think, where it was like, give me the ball.
Yeah.
I'll give me the ball,
yeah.
As in to say, I'll do something with it and I'll look after the rest of the teammates. And more often than not, he did that, didn't he?
Yeah. He had a kind of tough time with France early on as well. And then he gave up playing international football at a very young age. And so he was always different. And I think even when he went to Manchester United, and we got our first moment here, let's have a look at his first goal. I think it came in his fourth appearance. Nothing particularly special about that one. I'd call it a proper goal.
Oh, the old Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. He was big and strong as well, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. And I think that sort of announced him. I think even Sir Alex Ferguson says that he had to manage him differently to the other players, which some people say, well, as a coach, as a manager, you have to treat everyone the same.
No, I don't agree with that.
No, yeah.
Well, I don't think you can you, sometimes, particularly with someone like that who's so different.
Did you need managing? Oh, no, banter aside.
No, not really. I was no, not really, no. But he was different and special, wasn't he? So, and I guess, you have these set rules for all players, and everyone should go along with those. But then there are people that are different and are going to be late, and sometimes you just have to accept them and say, well, they're going to win you more points than you.
No, the reason I was going to ask you the same thing as well, guys, is because you lot were special players, weren't you? So was you in the camp of being treated differently?
I don't know because we were
think so.
I think we were probably fairly predictably on time all the time. We didn't cause a rumpus particularly. I'm speaking for you, but I sense that's the case. Where someone like, I think I can't remember who tells the story. One of the old United players, might have been someone like Ryan Giggs, apparently, that Fergie was a sticker for the suit and the tie and all this. And he said, and he had a go at one of the players for not wearing it. And then Cantona walks on the bus and he's not wearing a tie at all. And he says absolutely nothing, something along those lines. And it's just that, and they've gone, well, why is he because,
he wins us the game.
He wins the game. Yeah. If he wins the game, that's all that counts. He certainly won them a lot of football matches. This episode is powered by Fuse Energy. Winter is all about energy. Switching on Christmas lights, warming your home for a cozy night in, keeping the TV on for all the festive fixtures.
And Fuse keeps things simple thanks to their fixed rates, cheap tariffs, and 24/7 support.
Better yet, Alan, Fuse is the fastest growing energy company in the UK, and you can play a part in building the infrastructure for clean, affordable energy by referring land to Fuse for renewables development. Not only will you claim your place on the starting lineup of the clean energy revolution, you can earn a £2,000 reward by referring 20 acres or more of land to Fuse for solar projects.
They're building a system that proves renewable power can be affordable, scalable in practice, and accessible to everyone, not just an idea on a tactics board.
For more information about land referrals and energy powering the full festive fixture list, head to land@fuseenergy.com. And also, of course, he was hugely influential in ending United's drought. What was it, 26 years without a top-flight title?
Mark Hughes. Man City.
That was Mark Hughes just knocking one through. I played with.
Yes! A magnificent equaliser by Manchester United. Eric Cantona.
Whoa, good header too.
He could do a bit of everything, couldn't he? Good like that, on the floor.
Yeah, technically very good.
Very, very good, yeah.
You mentioned ending the drought. You played for Blackburn and then won that trophy. I've spoken about Man City as well in terms of winning that first trophy for so long. I was always coming, I would say, with the players that we were signing, but trying to get over the line, especially when you're up against someone like Sir Alex Ferguson, was always going to be difficult.
Well, Eric on the pod actually said we had him to thank for Blackburn winning the title because he was banned for the last sort of few months of that season. And he says if he had been playing, we wouldn't have won that title. I beg to differ on that one because I reckon we should have won it the season beforehand with Blackburn.
How many points was it? You won the league.
I'm not sure.
It was tight, wasn't it, yours? Because we
went to the last day when we won it. We lost on the last day at Anfield, and Man United didn't win at West Ham.
Yeah, 1-1.
So that gave us the title. But we were in a really, really good position the season before as well, and it was only our inexperience that cost us, I think. Did you believe you could win it at the start of the season, though? Maybe not in our first season. I think we finished fourth or fifth in our first season. And then our second season, we thought, this might be it. And we finished second that year. And as I said, we should have won it. But the third year, when we did win it, then we were really, really confident up until the last game or two. Then we were petrified. You can't speak about the nerves, though. Yeah, it was. The nerves were like... Even like we've talked about the Man City QPR game where it was just a crazy roller coaster game. What was going through your mind? You go there, you win the league, and then you end up. What you say? You lost the game. We lost the game at Anfield. Yeah, we were miles in front. The Man United were clawing us back, and because of our lack of experience, we hadn't won it. Whereas United had won it the previous 2 years in 92, 93, and 93, 94, and then. It was just that they were coming back at us, and we'd never won it. And little old Blackburn coming in and taking the might of Man United on and beating them. So yeah, it was a nervy time, man. But Eric says we wouldn't have won it if he hadn't have been suspended.
We'll come to that shortly. But in 1994, when after they won, he was PFA Footballer of the Year, and rightly so as well. He made such a difference, I think, to that. I mean. It was one of the best signings of all time, that was, for Manchester United, and for getting him for 1.2 million. What would you say his best attributes were? Was it just a bit of everything, good at everything? Because I only saw his goals. Yeah. Obviously, I was young, but he scored some special goals. He's everything about. He just had a... I want to say like a Bellingham, in terms of Different
just
kind of players, but
believes that
similar
he's-
aura. Similar
Okay.
aura.
Yeah.
He's a bit more left field, Cantona. I think Jude's straight but confident.
Confident, yeah.
But Eric was confident, but also slightly wacky. I don't think it's unfair to say that. I mean it in the nicest possible way. But summed up, I suppose, by the infamous Kung Fu kick at Crystal Palace, which was, quite extraordinary, really, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
I mean, I was actually one of the very first times that I ever did punditry for the BBC, and it was on a midweek, and it was a sports night. I was on with Des Lynam, and he came to me after it, and that was the first bit I had to do on punditry, was to describe what had happened to Cantona. And I just went, well, it's absolutely unacceptable. Something like that. And I thought, oh God, I didn't really want to talk about this. But I remember sitting there in this, like we watched the games, right? Match of the day. It wasn't a match of the day then, it was a sports night, because it was a Wednesday night, I think, certainly midweek. And just sitting there going, oh my God, did he just do that?
That guy there, the kit man or whoever it was, when he's walking off with him, you just go back, he tries to grab hold of him, misses it, and actually misses him.
What was said to him?
He said he described it as racial slurs, but I think it was directed at the fact that he was French, that kind of stuff. I believe.
He tries to grab him and he can't grab him. I mean, goodness me.
It really is extraordinary. It's actually he talked about it. And then obviously after that, you had the lengthy ban they gave him for it.
I think it was 6 months, wasn't it?
Something like that. And then also, of course, he came out with that remarkable quote about trawlers. And
what was that?
Got it here. The quote was, when the seagulls follow the trawler, it is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea.
What does that mean?
Well,
Can you tell me in layman's terms?
only Eric really knows that. But I think what he's saying there is he's basically looking at having to go at the press, I think, for kind of around him, and they're looking for like scraps being thrown. I don't know, something along those lines. There you go, John. Thank you.
We should have asked him on the pod, shouldn't we?
He's been on the pod.
He didn't.
I think we talked about it on the
did,
pod.
yeah.
Yeah,
Did you?
we did
Oh.
talk about it, yeah.
I don't remember that.
I mean,
I love all that though.
He's different, and you want different, don't you? We want different because we work in the business of football. We work in the media, and whether it's on television or podcasts or whatever, we that sort of stuff's great because it gives you something else to talk about.
Yeah, he mentioned on the pod about his family, didn't he? He tried to keep them away from
Keeps them away, no phones, nothing like this. He wants them to look at the mountains and the trees and the
And
sky.
talk
And I
to
totally
people.
get that. Yeah, and talk
So
to
he said, I
people.
think you remember people, instead of your head down on your phone like that, and he said he wants
Yeah.
his kids to go out and look up and talk to people.
Yeah. I think going from perhaps the ugly side of the game in many ways, and whatever you feel about that, it wasn't a great moment for football, to one of the great moments in football, and that was his brilliant chip. You would have enjoyed it more than most because it was against Sunderland.
Cantona. How to create space and then weave past a couple of defenders. McClare, here's Cantona! He's done it! That is magnificent by Cantona.
But
No,
I
just even-
love this guy. I love the celebration.
But he plays a huge part in him actually getting into that position anyway, with the way he sort of turns and goes past. I mean, look at that. Just on the halfway line, look, the turn, there you go, see you later. And then the little give and go, 1-2, get it back. I think it's Brian McClare that gives him the little 1-2. But then that, I mean, the finish is amazing, but then it's like, look at me.
The king has arrived.
It is. Collar up. Wow.
What a finish that was.
He was lucky and nearly hit it over.
That's one of the standout goals for me. That was like, I was, when you mentioned Eric Cantona, that's one of the goals that just jumps out
It
for
always
me.
is,
That
isn't
one,
it?
yeah. It's like,
It's the fact.
because I think that epitomises everything about who and what he is. You only talk about the arrogance and the collar up, but also the ability to get there and then do that at the end was like proper player.
Yeah, you never know what you were going to get with him, don't you? It was always, suddenly there was a shock
Genius.
retirement. there's
Oh,
moments
30.
of genius, but also just, when we interviewed him as well, which was, at the end, he just kind of walked off. Remember?
Yeah.
When I talked about something about a goat.
Goat,
A goat,
yeah.
That's about a goat. It was,
See you later.
see you later, and he was gone.
Off, yeah.
And that was it.
We haven't seen or spoke to him since.
No, he's not sent flowers, anything.
Why did he retire at 30? What was the reason
I think
behind it?
he's the sort of person that, I've had enough of this. That's what he said, wasn't it? Fine, done. International football, he went really young.
Does things differently to
Different,
everyone
yeah.
else.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
His messages are often cryptic. Let's put it that way.
Top player, though.
Yeah.
Unbelievable player.
He's a maverick, really, isn't he, Eric? He's up there with those sort of players. Sometimes you think, do we still get those sort of people? Are they a bit more robotic nowadays in the way that they teach players to play? I don't know. There's been some good ones at the Premier League. We had top 10 mavericks to be quite.
Mavericks.
Yeah.
Tino Asprilla was similar. It was a bit of a maverick.
Yeah.
Gaza?
Gaza definitely in all sorts of different ways. My hero growing up was Frank Worthington.
All right, yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I ended up joining Leicester when I was 16, and Frank was my hero. I loved him. He was such a graceful footballer. And I kind of cleaned the home team dressing room for about 6 months before he left, and then he left. So we overlapped slightly. And he was always lovely, but he used to come in cowboy clothes and that. They used to call him Elvis because he wear like all this sort of stuff, and he was a real character. So you get a few of those people. Mario.
What a guy.
You need that.
He
You need
was made
the
out to
fun in
be
the
worse
dress.
than he was, though. He was such a good human.
Yeah.
Top.
No.
He got up to some nonsense at times, but
Yeah.
he was a bit of a man.
Yeah.
Remember the game where he came late? What was Wayne?
No.
It was in Russia. And he just come out to the pitch late. The game had kicked off and he ran onto the pitch.
Oh, that's a recurring night. That's a recurring nightmare I have, not getting my kit on ready and being late for the kickoff. Have you ever had that one?
Really?
Oh, I don't get it now so much. But when I was a player, honestly, I had this recurring dream. Like you get those dreams. I had one or two. One was a plane that takes off and then can't get up. But the main one was getting my kit on, my shin pads, and the team's all going out and I can't get my boots on.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I need to play.
What about, I have that one where you're running and you're running nowhere.
Yeah.
You just keep running and
I've not
the
had that
monster's chasing you. I have that. We've not had that one.
Was that Mel?
when you're
Was that
like-
Mel B? Sorry, Mel B. No, I didn't mean she was a monster.
Oh, when you're in bed and you're trying to get up and you can't get up, you're awake. Have you had that?
No, I've not had that. I've had ones where have you had dreams where you 6-yard box and you can't get in, the people are in the way all the time.
No, I've not had that.
You keep on taking your meds and everything will be all right.
And the other one
Don't
is,
you worry about it.
you ever go on the golf tee and you put the tee in the ball and then there's bushes in the
Can't
way
hit.
and you can't, everyone else is okay and everyone's waiting for you to tee off and you can't. Honestly,
I've never had that.
Well, you never play
You don't
golf.
play
have you?
golf.
True.
Have you had that one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible.
so weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird. And anyway, but what other Mavericks were there? Now
Di Canio,
Paolo Di Canio when he shoved the
referee.
I mean, you shouldn't laugh at those things, but that was.
Can you remember the
mildly amusing.
referee's name?
I remember his face, not his name.
Can you?
Small little fellow, wasn't he?
Go on,
Paul Alcock, I think
Paul
it was.
Alcock. Yeah. There's been a lot of
Any more for any more?
Oh, there's a few. Yeah, Alan Birchall that was at Leicester.
Can you name someone in this?
Curry.
The viewers and the listeners will know.
No, I'm talking about my time.
Oh, bloody hell. There's no footage of your time.
but your time-
Let's go the last 20 years, shall we?
Your time, everyone's boring.
Yeah, they are.
That's
I'll
the
give
thing.
you that.
Everyone
Yeah.
plays. They're all in all. Nobody says anything untoward anymore. We need more Mavericks. We need more Cantonars in this world.
We do.
That's what we do in the
I
football
agree.
world. So I'm not sure of any others.
There must be some more.
Yeah. There's a few shithouses, but that's different.
Yeah.
Shithouses. They're
Bad in a
different.
shithouse, isn't he?
Well, no,
He's
in
a
the
shithouse.
nicest possible way.
He's a shithouse.
But yes.
He's a good shithouse,
Yeah,
but he's a
He's
shithouse.
a legend. Don't ever
I
mock
love
Jamie
him.
Vardy.
I love him. I won't say a bad word about him,
Yeah.
but
He's Leicester's Eric Cantona. He'll never be forgotten though, will he? Not in the Premier League, I don't think. He'll always be
He's a legend, isn't he?
He's exactly that.
Well, they
a
still
legend.
sing his name
Icon.
now at Old Trafford now
Yeah.
in the games.
How's it go?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Which tells you how.
Funny enough, I went to Selhurst Park, which is obviously where the Kung Fu kick happened, a couple of weeks ago to watch Palace against Man United, and all the United fans for the first 20 minutes probably were
Singing his
singing
name.
Cantona for obvious reasons because it was at Crystal Palace. But I don't think they'll ever forget him. And I think he'll always be attributed to a massive part of that success that Manchester United had. And it all started with him and that signing and the difference he made, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. When you think Man United, you think Cantona. don't you?
Yeah.
I think you do.
Unless you're a Leeds fan.
Then you probably still think Cantona for entirely different reasons. Okay, that's it for this episode of The Rest is Football. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.